Hello there, this is Kush Sharma from Click Trainers, where I teach you how to start an online coaching business by creating and selling online courses, doing webinars, and so much more. And today we are continuing with the case study series that we had started off with the last video. So this is case study number 2. Last time we had analyzed Kundan Kishore's stock trading online course business, and I got a lot of positive feedback from that from my students, and they said yes, we would like to see more of these case studies. So this time I've got another case study for you, and it all started when I saw this particular ad, which was by Rajeev Gondal, and I saw this on Facebook, and this was about an IELTS 8 bands bootcamp. So IELTS is an English exam that a lot of people take either to pursue, it's a requirement when you're going abroad to pursue your education, overseas education, or for immigration purposes. Okay. So I saw this ad, and in the last video, in case study number 1, I had shown a different way to find a business or an influencer, that you would like to study, right, or analyze, which was by doing a Google search, right, in that video. But this is also a great way that you just see someone's Facebook ad, and if you like that ad and they're in a similar niche or a similar industry as you, then you can definitely just click on the ad, go to their website, and also analyze their business, okay? Because usually Facebook works like this, that the ads that you see are because you are interested in that particular topic, okay? So for example, one of the reasons I'm seeing the IELTS ad here is because a long time back, I was myself looking out for overseas education, and I had liked a lot of pages related to IELTS and other English exams. And that's one of the reasons why I'm seeing Rajeev Gondal's ad. And that itself means that Rajeev is definitely doing his targeting in a good way. That's why I'm seeing this ad. And then now let's get started. Now, before I proceed with this case study, I would just like to say, whatever I'm going to analyze his business upon, all the points that I'm going to be telling you, now this is what, according to what I'm seeing in front of my eyes, okay? We're just treating Rajeev's business like a case study. What actually might be the case with Rajeev, nobody knows, because I don't know Rajeev, you don't know Rajeev. We're just using him as a case study subject. The point is that I might be, there might be some points where I criticize his business. There might be some points where I talk something good about his business. The point is not about Rajeev here, okay? Because he might be doing something totally different than what we are talking about in this video, because we don't know him personally. He might have another business model. So whatever I'm saying may not actually be true, because I don't know about if in case he has something else going on. But whatever I'm going to tell you is what is in front of my eyes, and we're just going to treat this as a case study subject. This is not about any particular individual. I just hope that you get that point, okay? So anyway, I saw this ad and I clicked on it, and I was taken to this particular landing page, which you can see the URL here was sovidyaglobal.com. I'm guessing that is his brand's name, and then there was this extension of the URL. I think this is a separate landing page, and this is going to be important. That's why I'm mentioning this, okay? So this, it says IELTS ASAP, okay? So that's probably the name of his workshop that he's doing, or the webinar that he wants to do. And, you can see that this is a decent looking landing page, and it doesn't look that great, to be frank, on the laptop, but I did also check this landing page on the mobile phone. And these days that is actually more important, because most of your people, okay, they will be accessing your landing page. They will be seeing that ad on Facebook and going onto your website or your landing page on their mobile device. Like for example, for me, 90% of my people who see my ads and they register for my webinars or online courses, they come from the mobile. These days, this is the era of mobile phones, and it has been for quite some time. So always pay more attention to how your landing page or your website looks on the mobile, because that's where most of the people are going to will be coming from. And I saw this on the mobile phone, it looked fine, because in a mobile, what happens is you don't get too much of width. So the look is important, but it's not that important. What is more important is how fast your website is loading. That definitely is very important for mobile phones. So this was loading fast also. Now, the thing here was, we'll come back to this landing page slightly when we'll actually go through the contents here also. But before that, I do want to tell you one of the mistakes that I probably saw in this business model. Now, what happens is when someone, let's say he's trying to get us into this 5-day workshop that he has, which is a very popular model. Instead of a 1-day webinar, people do 5-day workshops, okay? We'll talk about that later in this particular video when we analyze the content. But basically what is going to happen is whenever someone sees your ad like this, like they saw your ad and they click on your button, the call to action, and they go back to your landing page, some of them will register, some of them will bounce away, they will not, they'll just close your website. But a lot of them also will be particular about what your website is, and they before they register, a lot of them, what they do is they might want to just see, by doing something like this, they want to actually see what your homepage is about. So what your business is basically about. A lot of them like to do that. Think of it like a background check before they actually register. Okay. So for example, if they do something like this, because if I remove the extension, if I press, then obviously that's going to take me to your homepage. Now here, what I found when I did that was that the homepage was exactly the same as the landing page that we saw. Okay. Just right now, you can see it's almost exactly the same. So this is one of the mistakes I found in this particular model, because what's going to happen is if a student is inquisitive about your business and they are doing a research like this, but they see the same thing on the homepage also. Okay, so that is not going to instill any confidence in them, because on the homepage, what you're ideally looking out for is like a preview of your business, the different products and services that you offer. For example, what is Suvidya Go? Like, who is behind it? What kind of products and services do they offer? What kind of customers do they have? Just an overview of your business is usually what goes on in the homepage. Okay, but here the homepage was exactly the same as the landing page. Now, a lot of people use this strategy. Okay, but usually if you have your homepage as your main landing page like this, it is done by people who have a separate website, like a separate proper website with a good structure, and then they're only using this one page website, where the homepage is the landing page, just for their ads. Okay, but I did a lot of research and I could not find even a second website for Rajeev's business. So that's where I feel that if this is the only business for Suvidya Global, then they need to have a better structure to the website. I even downloaded this image which kind of shows how a structure of a website should be. So like a homepage should actually show everything like this: about us. They should have a link to the FAQ section. You should have a link to your products, your services, like a contact us page, about us page, privacy policy. Basically, it's like an overview of your particular business, not just the landing page itself. Your landing page has to be a separate page, and that usually works better on an average, so that if someone were to do a background check about your business, everything is present on that particular homepage. I'm also giving the links to my own businesses, Click Trainers and Creative Pad Media, the two websites where I sell my own online courses. You can go through the home pages of those two websites. You'll kind of understand what I'm trying to say here. So I've put those two links in the description of this video. So do go through the home pages of both my websites. I'm not saying that I'm doing everything right, but on an average, I'm just telling you that that would be, in my case or in my experience, a better way to go about things. And obviously here, even a bigger problem is that both the landing pages are exactly the same. So I'm not an expert in SEO, but if someone is watching this video and you are an expert in SEO, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that if you have two exact same pages on your website, that is not something that is seen in a good way by Google. They can penalize you for this if you have two exact same pages on your website, but I might be wrong on that. So if someone is very good with SEO, do correct me in the comments below, and I would love to see if I was wrong or right about that. Okay. So one thing is that the homepage here needs to be better, but let's get back to this particular landing page, and now let's try to analyze just the landing page itself. Okay, not the overall website. So the landing page was fine here. Again, one more thing that I had seen was that if I were to do this, the homepage thing that I just did, even the price was different. So it was not exactly the same landing page. Also, like there it says $199 for the workshop. Here it says $399 for the workshop. So definitely there's something going on that they've not paid attention to. So this obviously needs to be treated well. Okay, but let's go back to the original landing page where it was $199, and you can see here the content has been laid out fine. It's a 5-day IELTS workshop. One thing that I could not find here was which dates is this workshop happening on. So that is obviously something that is very crucial. If someone wants to sign up and pay for this, they have to know which days the workshop is going to be on. I could not find it anywhere. There was a nice little video where Rajeev gives an introduction about him and some testimonials from his clients and some case studies, and just kind of walks you through what's going to happen in the workshop. So this was great, having a video like this.
These are the tutorial as IELTS ASAP, where ASAP stands for...
You should always have a video on your landing page. I'm a big fan of that, so he's doing that well. You can see some success stories from the testimonials from his earlier students who attended the workshop. So that's good. That adds trust to the audience that is on this page. What will it cover? So day 1 will cover this. Day 2 will cover this. So the 5-day workshop model instead of the one-day webinar works like this, that for the 4 days, you kind of add people to the WhatsApp group, you keep giving them pre-recorded videos, and on the final day, basically, you do your live webinar when those people really are familiar with your business, and then that is the time when on the 5th day, they have a live webinar where they will upsell, make their upsell or sell their main course or their main coaching service that they have. Okay, very, very popular model. You can read about it. I've not implemented it in my own business. When I do it, you'll probably see a video on that. Also, I usually do the one-day webinars till now. Okay, you can see some other testimonials also, and you can see original value. So it's a discount. There's some bonuses also. Always give bonuses so that he's doing that good. How does the 5-day IELTS course work? So you can see the recorded videos, there's a WhatsApp support group, and then at the end, there's a mega webinar where the upsell is going to take place. Here, I did find some mistakes, some very small mistakes. So be careful about, for example, what is the duration of this bootcamp? The bootcamp is for 5 days. And here, when I open this, is it a recorded or a live workshop? This bootcamp is for 3 days. So not only did it not answer the question here, it was something different. It actually was not in line with this. So this says 5 days, this says 3 days. Things like this can reduce registrations, because a person who comes seeing your ad and sees something like this, they might think that, are they sure what exactly are they doing? There's some mistake here, and they can just get confused and they can close it. But you've already paid to Facebook for that click, right? So you really have to be precise on your landing page about everything. I'm a big advocate of that. When you're advertising something, your landing page should not leave any room for confusion to the person who has clicked and come on your landing page, because otherwise you can lose that person. That means your money going for waste. Okay, so otherwise the rest of the things were fine. FAQ section is good. Of course, now one big problem here was that this was, even though right now also I'm seeing his ads, even after visiting this page, because he must be running retargeting ads. For example, I did, even after I visited this page, I started seeing some of his retargeting ads like this. Okay, see here, the IELTS bootcamp. Again, I was not very impressed with this image because it did not communicate anything about the IELTS exam. But this was one of the images that did. And there was also a video ad that I saw, which directly took to the payment, Razor Pay payment gateway, which happens when you actually click on this button. Okay, but the point was that even when I clicked on these new ads that I saw, actually today I saw them, and I clicked on those ads, and it still directed me to this page where it says that if you register before 22nd Feb 2021, you get this discount and all. I'm guessing that, because we're not sure when this webinar, the 5-day workshop is taking place. So for me, I just felt that maybe they've let the ad run on and this workshop is already over, or there's something going on, because, right now it's 13th March and these dates just don't kind of make too much sense, to be frank. Unless until it's like a really big webinar that is happening, we don't really know. Because when I clicked on this, also the call to action, you can see that I don't think this was mentioned anywhere when exactly is the webinar. So why will people register if they don't know the dates? And again, then suddenly it says 3 days here, whereas on the landing page it was 5 days, right? So there are some silly mistakes here. Don't make those, because then each registration that you lose ends up costing you money. Okay, so be very precise about all these steps. There should be no room for confusion for your person who wants to attend that workshop. Always remember that. Pay a lot of attention to that. Okay, so that is one thing. The next thing that I wanted to see was that what is his upsell. Okay, so what is Rajeev trying to sell at the end? Whether it's a 5-day workshop, at the end he's definitely selling something. That's why he's doing it, right? So I could not find it obviously on his website, because we didn't really have too much information before that. If you did like this landing page, like I showed you in the last video also, you're going to find out what he's using. So I've already done this. You can right click on his website, you can click on view page source, and here when I search for WP, I was able to find this WP wordings here. That means it's WordPress. And if you wanted to exactly just narrow down on the theme that Rajeev was using, and in that case you can just copy the URL here, go to wpthemedetector.com. Okay, I've already given the link in the description of this video, and you can actually input this and you can click on this button here, and it'll actually show you which theme Rajeev is using for his website, in case you liked the landing page. Okay, so I've already checked this. You can see here that he's using the 2016 theme. Now, 2016 is a free theme that is given by WordPress itself. So he's using that theme on his website. Now, let's go back to his page. Now, coming back to the topic. So I was trying to find his main product or service. I could not find it on his website because there's nothing there except for these two pages that we saw. I did also do a Google search on by his name. I could not find any product or service there. But I did go to his Facebook page, which he was using to advertise his, obviously his ads from. And there, somewhere down here, I did find that he has a personal coaching service. Okay, I think that is what his upsell is. But I may not be able to just locate it immediately right now because I found it somewhere down. But basically, he has something. The upsell is like rupees 7,000 one-on-one coaching with him or something like that. Okay, so at the end of his mega webinar of the 5-day workshop, he's selling a live kind of a one-on-one service where, let's say, if you like the workshop, whatever he taught you in that 5-day workshop, then you can learn one-on-one from him and get a good score in IELTS. Okay, and for that will cost you around 7,000 rupees. So your upsell always doesn't have to be a pre-recorded course. Okay, you can also have a lot of different upsells, like have a live class as an upsell also, and that is also sometimes good because then you don't need to create and the time doesn't get wasted, and you can do something live also. So his upsell is a personal coaching business, for which I think that's good, and he seems to be doing well, because when I did go to Google, when I did type Rajeev Gondal IELTS, and what I started seeing was that I could not find any website of his, but he definitely has presence. He's put his services on a lot of third-party websites like urbanpro.com, where people can directly contact him. So I don't think, judging by, because we could not find too many a structure to his website, too many pages there. The conclusion that I drew was that he is doing really well, and that's a good thing. But he's more reliant on, let's say, putting his information on sites like Just Dial, Urban Pro, and all these sites where he just puts his information as a trainer, and he's trying to leverage the audience of those platforms that they contact him, and he's doing well, because a lot of platforms like Urban Pro and all, when I saw it, even on Teacher On, he had good reviews, like you can see here, like he has a rating of 4.7. So he's definitely doing well, and I think that this the website thing and doing a workshop is still relatively new for him, judging by some of the mistakes that we saw, and that's perfectly fine. One model is working well for him, and maybe he wants to experiment with the second model. So there's nothing wrong with that. There are a lot of ways to approach the online coaching business. But as far as just analyzing the website, I've already mentioned those points. Another point I would like to mention is, obviously, because we could not find anything on the website, I would have liked to see, like always, would have liked to see some kind of a lead generation mechanism, which was also not there, unless and until he treats these people who register for these webinars only as leads. That's also fine. In case he does that, I haven't registered for this webinar, so I'm not sure whether he does that or not. But I could not find any other way of generating leads. And neither could I see any sort of retargeting ads on Facebook regarding any other product or service that he has, maybe his upsell or something like that. So right now, I think for him, it's very straightforward. He wants to get people to register for his 5-day workshop class and then sell him his one-on-one coaching. So we wish him all the luck. I hope Rajeev does well. He's already doing well on the third-party platforms, but as far as this is concerned, there were some mistakes, so I hope you learned from it. So always remember, when you start something, just do it really, really well, especially if you're using paid ads to make sure that that thing is running, because then you're spending your money. So in case you like this case study, do let me know if you want to know anything else about this particular case study, or if you have another business or an influencer in mind that you would like me to study. I would love to do that. And you can leave that in the comments below. And hopefully I will keep continuing this case study series with another business next time. I hope you like this one. I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.